I just spent 2 weeks living inside a pop-up city. It's not exactly a conference, and it wasn't really a festival either. It's called Edge City, where around 850 entrepreneurs, creators, scientists, and families came to this small town in California to learn about things like frontier tech, science, and new ways of living. And I was one of them, so I put together 7 things I learned from living inside this pop-up city experience. And in the end, I answer who should actually go to one of these things. The first thing I learned is how a pop-up city is actually a really unique experience. Let me show you why. If we look at how humans organize themselves, you have things like concerts, meetups, and conferences all over here. Human gatherings that all last around a day to a week. While a university or city goes over here. Lots of people, and they last a long time. But a pop-up city goes in this wide open region right here, which is pretty unexplored. A decent amount of people, but not too many, and it lasts much longer than a conference. And that matters because it gives you enough time to make genuine connections. Which brings me to the second thing I learned. Pop-up cities accelerate friendship. Normal cities randomize who you meet, but pop-ups pre-filter for values. So you're already around a bunch of like-minded people, so making friends becomes much easier. Each day there are different events and lectures, but what I found is that you really make the genuine connections at the third places and the daily dinners. You have dinner at a different local restaurant each night, and throughout the month there are different experiences like hiking trips. One of my favorite things about going to Edge City is how they really optimize for making connections. The first day had something called Connection Lab, where you fill out this short survey and it uses AI to match you with like-minded people. And it was really cool because throughout the month I genuinely connected more with the people I matched with. And the first day of Edge City started off with a really epic welcome party in the Redwoods. So what makes a pop-up city so much better than a conference? Well, it really does accelerate friendship. Have you ever thought about the process of actually making a friend? You typically meet the person, exchange contacts, and then maybe hang out again. But a pop-up city, you meet the person and then you keep having more and more interactions with them. And at some point you realize, oh wow, I actually made a genuine connection. Edge City is full of third places where that happens, like co-working spaces and lounges, but my personal favorite was a sauna, which I would use almost every night. The third thing I learned is how pop-up cities are perfect for experiments. The Connection Lab was an experiment, but throughout the month, Edge City ran a lot of other ones too. If you think about it, a pop-up city is the perfect place to experiment because you have all these people coming to one place for a month, so you can test out new ideas. One of the big experiments Edge City ran this year was giving everyone a personal AI agent. Here's why that might matter in the future.
The core insight is basically that as AI moves from chatbots to being much more agentic over the last few months with OpenClaw, Hermes, Claude Code, Codex, clear that it's inevitable that pretty much everyone in the world will eventually have their own agent or their own teams of agents. And all of those agents will need to be interacting with each other, with other humans, with their humans, obviously. And we have no idea what effect this will have on society, right? We don't know how it's going to affect families, communities, towns, cities, nations, democracies. And so we need to be running real life experiments on that, like now, like as soon as possible. It's the largest experiment of its kind so far in terms of humans and agent overlap. And it's been remarkable. I mean, people are meeting interesting people through it. It's helping people navigate the events, right? It helps organize their calendar, RSVP to things, etc.
I use mine to ask things like what events I should go to or who I should meet. It felt very futuristic. Another experiment that you could enroll in was a week-long metabolomics study, which goes magnitudes deeper than a regular blood panel. Something that otherwise would cost a lot of money, but it was free, which is really cool. Then Edge City has something really unique called residencies. You join a residency and then you're living with people who share a deep interest in one specific topic. They had a consciousness residency, a vibe coding residency, and an environments of tomorrow residency. So Edge City runs a couple pop-ups each year, usually one California one and then one rotating international one. They've gone to places like Thailand and Patagonia, but the next one's very exciting because it'll be the first one in India. It will be in Goa this October, and I'm gonna be there too. So if you're curious, the link to apply is in the description. The fourth thing was how pop-up cities can unlock experiences. Everyone assumes the value of something like this is the speakers and the events, but the highlight of the month for me was actually a field trip. We got access to visit the Shulgin Farm, which is one of the most significant sites in the modern psychedelic renaissance, the home and laboratory of Alexander and Anne Shulgin. Over his career, he created more than 200 new psychoactive compounds, and most of them were in a small lab behind his house. He passed away in 2014, but today the farm is preserved like a time capsule. And here's what's crazy is you can't really book a ticket to this. There's no visit button. We got to go because someone in the community had the relationship. And it wasn't just the farm. Right after, there was a 2-day summit summit where people presented their recent research. And a bunch of them traveled in just for those 2 days, which was really cool because Edge City brought all of them together. Number 5 is how pop-ups make remote work actually fun. People who work remotely like digital nomads usually go to places like Thailand or South America. But then you get there and you're like, oh crap, now I'm all by myself. But having an intentional place where everyone goes for a month with a lot of people eager to connect, that's genuinely a great product. You just drop in and then the socializing part is already taken care of. My days there typically look like this. I would wake up, get breakfast and chat some, then I would get my work done. In the afternoons, I would go to whatever events and talks I found interesting, and then at night we would have the community dinners. I also just enjoyed being in a unique town that otherwise I would never have visited, which brings me to the next point. The town matters more than you would expect. So where is Edge City exactly, and why there? The one I went to was in Healdsburg, California, which is about an hour north of San Francisco. Just a lovely town, I will say. They have this huge plaza in the middle of the town, and they had music there on Tuesday nights. This was the 3rd time Edge City had it there, and I can see why. It has perfect weather, and you have access to the nearby redwoods. Here's the layout. Most people stay at the hotel together, and the talks and co-working are about a mile south. Most people rented electric bikes, including myself, so getting anywhere was like a 5-minute ride. And Edge City picking this town was not an accident.
We have a specific experience that we want to create for people. And the experience is being in a walkable place, not so many cars, somewhere it's easier to be healthy, somewhere that feels kind of like a campus, you know, you're like running into people on the street, that kind of thing. In Patagonia, I think that was probably the one we did that we look back at and just think, okay, that was like the perfect town, you know? Beautiful, in nature, lots of amenities, lots of hotels and Airbnbs, amazing local community that was really excited to have us there.
One of the highlights for me was how Edge City threw on a performance at the local theater where the locals were invited for free. And with Edge City bringing around 850 people for the month, the local businesses in a small town like Healdsburg genuinely benefit. Why does this matter? Well, if you're bringing a lot of people to a small town, the town has to want you there too. And number 7 is that I think pop-up cities are going to get much bigger. If you think about it, it's just taking people from the internet to a physical place where they can actually connect. And what's great is you're then making a community that persists between events. I met so many people there and it was like their 3rd Edge City where they already went to California and Patagonia. So if you go to one pop-up and then another, you're going to see familiar faces and the connections will deepen. And Edge City pop-ups might one day turn into something permanent. Listen to where this is going.
So we're definitely open to the idea of permanence, and we probably will eventually in our, roadmap have permanent locations and probably multiple around the world. But we wanted to start with building a global network from day one. And what that means is that it makes it much easier to reach interesting builders and thinkers around the world if we go to their part of the world. There's a town in California that we're helping to build called Esmeralda. It's a new village that will be created here about an hour north of San Francisco. We're about 10 minutes away from there now. It's going to be like a beautiful, walkable, family-friendly town. That's like a 10-year project. Yeah. So it's not something we can host Edge at now, but it's the kind of project that we want to be involved with as they grow.
So who should actually go to a pop-up city and who shouldn't? I think Edge City is a no-brainer for anyone that's open-minded, curious, and wants to see where the future might be going. If you're a scientist, you could run a research experiment there. If you're an entrepreneur, you might find your next new idea or a co-founder. Or if you just want to make real friends as an adult, which is really hard these days, it's built for that.
But it's generally people who are curious and they want to learn together, build together, collaborate. They're making startups, they're doing academic research, they're building communities. Some people are building entirely new cities. So it's really a cool, fun, dynamic environment.
Every time I go to one of these things, I leave way more inspired and motivated than I was before. Who's Edge City not for? I would say anyone that's not curious or they don't have like a flexible schedule. Or anyone that's on a really strict budget. So let's talk about that. How much does Edge City cost? Well, it depends on the location. For example, Edge City, California will cost a bit more than like a Thailand or India edition. Edge City, India will cost around $1,500 for the whole village with weekly and daily options. There's also significant discounts for locals, which which means anyone with IDs from India. I'd say going the whole month's a lot better because then you can make more connections, but you could still go for a week or just a few days. And here's a tip, each week of Edge City has a different theme, so I would pick the week that matches what you're into. In California, they had a week on health, longevity, and consciousness. They had a week on AI, governance, and coordination, a week on art, culture, and world building, and a final week on future environments. And if Edge City dates don't work for you, I made a list of every pop-up city happening in the next 12 months, and the link's in the description. One more tip is when you go to one of these things, a calendar can be a little overwhelming. There's a bunch of events every single day, and you're not supposed to hit all of them, and you really don't want to be burned out the first week. I recommend doing the connection lab, the opening ceremony, the dinners, and then just go to whatever talks and events you're interested in. And what if you have a family? Well, this is something Edge City actually focuses on.
Created a new residency type model called Edge Tomorrow. For kids, it's super creative, they're hands-on, they're learning to build, to vibe code, to create experiences. It's just amazing. And we've had parents come here and just be like, I can't imagine now sending my kid to like a normal summer camp because they're going to be miserable because they're going to miss this so much.
And some of the kids ran their own snack business and they got to vibe code with the adults. So having a place like Edge City where you can bring your family to and you still get to meet people is pretty sweet. So if you want to experience one of these yourself, remember Edge India is in Goa this October. Oh, and if you happen to be in Da Nang, Vietnam in August, reach out to me on Instagram, or you can just follow along and see the pop-up that I'm organizing in real time.